Earlier this year, Marantz introduced the Cinema series, a brand new range of AV receivers that has garnered significant attention online. However, upon its release, one model was noticeably absent from UK retailers, the Cinema 40. Since then, enthusiasts have been eagerly anticipating a first glimpse at this model. Today, we'll provide an extensive overview of the Marantz Cinema 40, elaborate on the new Cinema series AV receivers from Marantz, and explore whether or not this is the right AV receiver for you. On to the video. Hi, I'm Tim and welcome back to the AV.com YouTube channel. If you're into hi-fi or home cinema products, this is definitely the place for you, so please consider liking this video and subscribing to catch more content in the future. Now, regardless of whether you are actively in the market for a new AV receiver or not, it is hard to ignore the eye-catching design from Marantz's new Cinema series of AV receivers. I believe that Marantz have set a new standard here when it comes to AVR design, something that other manufacturers will likely have to follow. Instead of making a product that's destined to be hidden away in a cupboard or a rack unit, Marantz have decided to make a product that just about anyone will be happy to have out on show in their home. Moving on to the key specs of this product, the Marantz Cinema 40 has 9 internal powered channels capable of up to 125 watts per channel. There is also additional processing for up to an 11.4 speaker configuration when making use of external power amplifiers. Also supported via eARC is Dolby Atmos, DTS, Auro 3D, and many more audio formats, all of which add incredible amounts of immersion to the listening experience. The Cinema 40 even supports height virtualization for those of you out there who are unable to place dedicated height channels around your space. This ensures that everyone is able to experience three-dimensional audio regardless of any limitations with setup or speaker configuration. On the visual side, the Cinema 40 includes support for IMAX Enhanced, Dolby Vision, HDR10+, and can support resolutions of up to 8K 60 and 4K 120. In addition to this, it also supports VRR and ALM, which will be important to all of the gamers out there. Taking a look at the back panel, you'll find 7 HDMI inputs and 3 HDMI outputs, all of which are capable of 8K 60 as well as 4K and 8K upscaling, adding to the utility of this machine. As stated, the Cinema 40 has processing for up to 4 independent subwoofer channels. This allows the low frequency effects to become part of the surround sound experience, which creates a cohesive and integrated soundstage. This will add massive amounts of immersion to your listening experience and is an absolute game changer at this price point. New to the Cinema range of AV receivers is support for Dirac Live room correction, starting from the Marantz Cinema 50 model and upwards, which includes the Cinema 40. Similar videos to this one that were released back when the range was launched in January will have told you that support for Dirac Live was coming via a later firmware update that was roughly scheduled for March 2023. I'm pleased to report that as of the date of filming this video in April 2023, that the firmware update enabling Dirac Live on eligible Marantz receivers has now successfully been rolled out, and you can access it within the internal menu or download from the manufacturer's website. One of the other notable improvements over the outgoing SR series is the updated HD graphical user interface, which makes the setup process much more efficient and is something that adds to the modern approach that Marantz have taken with this AV receiver. At this point, you may be thinking to yourself that the specs sound very similar to the Cinema 50, which, despite what the naming convention might suggest, is actually the model below the Cinema 40 in the lineup. So you might think, well, what actually is the difference? The first thing is power. The Cinema 40 is capable of 125 watts per channel when using the integrated amplifier modules on board, as opposed to the Cinema 50, which is only capable of 110 watts. Now, you might be thinking to yourself that that isn't a big difference, but trust me, when you start getting up into the higher gain stages, you will notice a bigger difference in terms of distortion levels. The second thing is that the Marantz Cinema 40 is both designed and manufactured at their Shirakawa factory in Japan, which is known for their artisan craftsmanship and heritage. The Cinema 40 is tuned by Marantz's sound masters, which ensures that the unit is capable of their reference level quality, something that is often referred to as the warm Marantz sound. Under the hood, the Marantz Cinema 40 is making use of higher grade audio components, including Marantz's HDAM, which stands for Hyperdynamic Amplifier Module technology, making the units quieter, more efficient, and more musical. Monolithic amplifier construction is being utilized inside, meaning that each amplifier module is on its own individual PCB, reducing interference and any unwanted vibration. The Cinema 50 has 2-zone video output, while the Cinema 40 is capable of 3 zones. It also has additional trigger outputs, which will be very useful for the AV installers out there using these in an integrated smart home setting. Cinema 40 includes legacy support for component and composite connections, so for any of you out there that still have a Nintendo Wii, Marantz have not forgotten about you, and this is the AV receiver within the cinema range that's right for you. The Marantz Cinema 40 has everything that an enthusiast would want from a flagship integrated AV receiver. We're excited to get it into our test setup to get an understanding of how it performs. If you'd like to see a full review, including our thoughts on the sound quality and what it's like to use, then let us know by leaving a comment in the comment section below. We'll have more videos on the range coming in the future, so make sure that you subscribe and turn on the bell for notifications to let you know when new videos arrive. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you again next time.